All right, I guess it's safe to say the equities market should end 2024 above the 100,000 level. That's the all-share index with just one more trading day in 2024. That's tomorrow. But let's get a sense of what shaped trading in 2024 and what's to expect in 2025. So you make all of that profit that you like to make. Let's talk to Mr. Mukhtar Mohammed now, CEO of Finance with Mukhtar. Compliments of the season.
Thank you, lad. The compliment of the season. You really look good.
You look great yourself. I wanted to say, I'm sure 2024 has been quite kind, to you. But, talk to me about, what shaped Nigeria's equities market, in 2024, keeping us above that 100,000 level for the all-share index.
Well, lad, what shaped Nigerian market in 2024 was the financial sector. You saw those huge interim dividend payout that they did, and that was a major catalyst of 2024 because, again, when you look at them, they were paying above what we normally would have seen at the end of the year. They were paying it as interim dividend, and that also came as a result of their right issue or public offer. That was, for me, was a big game changer in 2024, and that means that going forward, there will be a lot of big movement in terms of payment of dividend and price appreciation. You've seen that in the Nigerian equity market this year. Also, what has kept us there, you saw the listing of top company, Arada, especially in the petroleum sector. We saw the movement of Owando from a low of about 8 naira to a high of about 63 naira. So we've seen the oil and gas sector, the financial sector, even the insurance sectors was not left out, especially in the area of capital appreciation to some of those stocks despite the volatility. We've seen high price in insurance stock like Crusader Insurance. We are now seeing name insurance also crossing the 10 naira mark. We see Mansab Insurance also hitting about 8 naira. So those are the all-time high numbers. But when you look at the low key point in the Nigerian capital market for 2024, you can't but look at the conglomerate sector, the manufacturing sector, the telecom sector, and you and I know what has really brought this sector low. It is as a result of the high exchange rate, the instability in the exchange rate. It has impacted on their price, negative shareholding for MTN, for Nestle Nigeria, for Unilever. These are Nigerian Brewery, Guinness, Nigerian PLC. We saw a lot of those companies suffering in 2024 because of most of federal government policy, especially the instability in the exchange. So you can say 2024 have been missed. If you are in the banking sector, it has been one of the best times as an investor. If you're in the oil and gas sector, you've seen movement, you've seen an oil stock like Saplat being the highest, the most expensive stock in the Nigerian equity market. If you're in the insurance sector, you've been a trader in that space. You've seen some stock give you about 200 to 350%. But if you're in the conglomerate sector, the MTN, the Unilevers, the Nestle's, you've seen your investment come down. So it was a mixed feeling depending on which side you are in 2024.
So definitely it all depends on, where you are. But looking at the all-share index, year-to-date performance, you juxtapose that with inflation numbers. How would you say the equities market is performing against inflation?
The equity market has been one of the positivity in this administration. If you want to talk about, what have we achieved economically in 2024, I think they will not look no other place than the equity market to tell people that, look, we've seen that market drive since President Tinubu came to power. They beat inflation. If you look at the Asian index, growth of about 34%, you could say it's equal to inflation. And like I said, that also depends on the equity that you have. Some equity did not beat inflation, but looking at the all-share index entirely, you say averagely, you're looking at to calculate the average return you have gotten in the market, 34%. That is huge, and that is the one area. And this is outside dividend payment that you've seen in some of these equities. So definitely, the key economy driver of 2024, that one of the success story for me is the equity market. And you've seen that we've hit that 100,000 mark. And from you realize that definitely we may end that this year on that 100,000 mark. And then we could see a lot of things happening in 2025 to that 100,000 mark.
And, they say the stock markets is the barometer of the economy. Would you say that's the case for Nigeria?
No, laddie, it's not the case for Nigeria because most of the high, what do we call, most of these companies that really drive the Nigerian economy, not over 60% market, and that is one. Then you ask yourself how many Nigerians are really playing the equity market. So when you look at that, what you see in the equity market, you can't say is the key barometer. You could say it's one of the success story of the Nigerian economy, but you can't say it's the key driver of the Nigerian economy because a lot of the key movers of the Nigerian economy are not even listed yet in the equity market.
All right, let's get your crystal ball now. Going into 2025, what do you see for the Nigeria stock market?
Larry, 2025 is going to be very interesting for the Nigerian stock market. We are going to see the banking stock list some of their rights. We are beginning to see them from the 6th of January to the 6th of January. We will see FCMB Group listing its offer. We are also going to see also coming Access Bank also. And let's not forget that they have met their 500 million capital base. We are going to see Zenith Bank come with their report. We're going to see GTB comes to. So definitely what we'll see in 2025, we are going to see liquidity in terms of equity in the banking sector and how that would play in terms of dividend payout and capital appreciation will depend on a lot of factors. For the bank, most of the funds that they are having is going to be used for expansion. Most of them are the holding company looking at various other places to invest to expand their growth. Some of them are going to go foreign, some of them are going to go global, and most of them are going to go African, expand the African base, acquire some. And that has already been done by Access. That's why people like me think Access Bank still remain one of the cheapest banks in Nigeria. The banks are awash with a lot of liquidity, so we might not see that affecting the in terms of dividend payout because you also know that some of these banks really didn't need to go to the market, but the CBN insists that they didn't want them to use their retained earnings. So that retained earnings is still very, very liquid for payment of dividend to shareholders. So that will not be a problem. One sector we need to look at it will be the oil and gas sector coming this year. We are going to see a lot of positivity in that sector because of the kind of policy that is driving that sector. That's why in the area of divestment, where a lot of Nigerian companies are beginning to acquire assets of these multinationals. So we expect that to play out in stocks like Seplat, also like Arade, and also Owando. You remember that is a stock that have been in the cooler for a while. Finally, a lot of things seems to be looking good for Owando, especially after their AGM. Yes, we expect that the conglomerate, like the Unilever, the Nestle, they will begin to have a little bit of stability in their price because we are like that report you said from this Muda Lawal that said that we might begin to see some stability in the exchange. I think I ascribe to that also. So that also will drive this industry. Also, Nigerian Brewery, Guinness Nigeria, we expect them to come to profitability. MTN, the telecom sector, I think that will be one of the most successful story come 2025. We have already seen that playing out already. Hopefully, we'll see that play out in a larger term going forward because we expect that the NCC will approve the tariff increment and that will affect the bottom line. So a lot of positivity to look towards in 2025, especially inflation figures. We expect it to go down and we expect the market to beat inflation. And lastly, before we end, one thing we are waiting for is that this 2025 we are very optimistic that they will be the hawkish nature of the CBN will come down to benefit will be the equity market.
Right, very interesting. And I hope when the Central Bank of Nigeria turns dovish, the whole world doesn't turn hawkish like it's already tending towards. We're seeing the U.S. Fed saying maybe just 2 rate cuts in 2025 instead of the 4 that was expected. But I guess we'll look out for all of that. Thank you so much, Mr. Mukhtar Mohammed, CEO of Finance with Mukhtar. Compliments of the season.
Thank you, Ladi. Compliment of the season.
All right, so yeah, the markets are open out. We'll get the final trade. That's tomorrow. Final trade of 2024. We'll definitely be covering that live on Business Incorporated. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Ladi Williams. I hand things over now to the Sunrise Daily team.